Greetings, salutations everyone, welcome back to the stream. 2 Limbus Company streams in a row, 2 days in a row, both with bumpy stouts to them. So I thought I was going to be like 10 minutes late because I was late eating dinner. And then I boot up Limbus Company to start the stream, and it's like scheduled maintenance. So yeah, no, I had to wait half an hour, and then I had to update the game, which took 5 minutes. I can post my friend code. It's something I've done a few times in. There we go. And then I just go up. Boop. 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 Pin. I will pin that in chat. You don't want to be friends with me. And Limbus Almighty, so Dan Quixote. Wow! Oh! Cool thing. I mean, update and all. I don't know if we've got some 665 sanity to claim. Very, very nice. He always hits the round button there. So, we'll be we're still not at the stout-ish, I feel. But, we'll be continuing Canto 5. Smee! We just beat Smee, but that's as far as we are. It feels like we're still at the very beginning of the Canto, at least it's from my perspective as someone who hasn't played it. I am very eager to do polls on this particular banner here, because I want both of these. The middle big brother Heathcliff, I would like. He'd go well with my Ishmael. And I want, what's this called? Sunset Wayfarer. Because I think this would go really well with my Burn teams that I do. Oh, your support list. Oh, Laventate. Laventate was fun when I played with that. Yeah, I really want this. I think this would be very good to add to my Oradia that I use on my Burn team. Yeah, why don't we just start the stream with a temple? Did we have a good start to the stream after the bumpiness that we had? Oh. What's your Yisan? I have two good Yisans. The one I'm using on my team that I might use today is my Rini-san. But I also have Oh? Is it the? Is it the?
뭐야? 아파? 그러니까 원한 설득하지 말라니까. 어?
Perfect. Oh, amazing. Middle big brother. Heathcliff. Streamer lack indeed. As far as my son, I also have a House of Spiders news father. An answer to the question. Can you check out his skills and stuff? Okay, wait. I need to make we're going to do this really quick. We're going to blah 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 blah. We're going to change the I haven't done anything with Team of Foe. We're going to change its name. Wait, can we name it? Oh, I thought we could name it. No, I've just seen that. Okay, never mind. That'll be Envy. Envy? Confirm. Okay, yeah, that's going to be the team we ran him on. I have no way to get lunacy. Oh. After I fall right now. I don't think I actually. Maybe. I don't know exactly what characters will be on this team, but we're definitely doing these two, Middle Apprentice and Middle Big Brother. It would be really nice. I'd prefer to name this team the Reen if I could type. This for my arena team, and this I don't even know what this team currently is. He's able to change the music for tune. Let's actually look at his kit here. He gains aggro to the slot next tune. Inflict bleed, inflict burn, inflict bleed, inflict burn. I like burn. Apply offense level up, and notably this one is a wrath skill, but these two are both envy. Skill gains the highest resonance divided by 2 offense level. Again, aggro, bleed, burn, bleed, paralyze, burn. Final power. Yeah, he is done season 7. Final power +1 for every foul burn, bleed, max 3. This skill gains offense level, let's see, plus NVA resonance gain attack weight. Deal extra damage for excess attack weight. And let's see the passive. So in this unit, though, any of the middle faction allies are hit by an enemy, inflict Vendetta mark and the sad enemy and gain a Book of Vengeance Heathcliff. Ally death gain even more. Ooh, those seem good. The middle faction allies that have equipped defense skills. Okay, so he seems like he's heavily synergistic with middle faction. Take less damage from unopposed attacks at 4 plus envy resonance. Middle faction allies adjacent to this unit and the dashboard cannot be staggered by damage as long as they have usable counter skills equipped in their slots. At 6 plus, this applies to all of them. He can gain vengeance tattoos and use kicking on the sad. Was that skill 1? That was skill 1. He seems good. I don't pay a lot of attention to aggro myself, but that might be just me. And then I can only so wait, I don't know what other characters I'd use though. If I put together a team to play with him, this, I don't know who else would go on it. I know Ishmael, but I'm not certain about other characters. Got 3 of him in a temple. Congrats. There's middle a little brother Muso woke. Middle? I haven't done anything with him. Vengeance Maux. And he cares about the middle and stuff. Rina Faust, Rin Hanlo. Wait, what am I doing? Yeah. Could do a team that's like these 5. I feel like let me get a new link to the Discord. The link in the description doesn't work. I think we will try out a middle team next stream of the. I'm feeling unsure about cobbling together a team right now. At least that's currently what I'm thinking as I try to pull up my Discord and my invite where is it? There it is. There's the button. I found it. Yeah? Happy? Oh, do I pin the Discord or do I pin my friend code? Oh, I don't know. Middle Don Quixote is an Bon Voyage section. middle characters are really just super envy focused, which is interesting. Is it just me, or is each Canto progressively better than the last? I think I agree with that, and I'm only on Canto 5. Okay. I'm going to figure out I'm not deciding on a team, on a middle team yet. Also, the reason I skipped this one, I think I'm going to make this one my Burn team right there. And this one is, yeah, my Rena team, which I guess is kind of a bleed team. This one's kind of my Load Han Yuan team, Aishao pack, but it's also Burn. Yeah, and this one, what do I put for that? What do I put for that? I put nothing. We need to select that Radia because it's what we're doing. To battle.
4.
Story Rapture Burn. That seems... Yes. Hey, it's the background I used in my thumbnail. I didn't actually... or is it? Wait. Is this one a little different? I don't know. Actually, I think this one is a little different. You think all of these shipping containers are full of... Right. Let's not linger on that thought. I tried my best to not speculate about what terrible things the pirates might be hiding in that mountain of shipping containers.
거기 누구냐? 여기는 어떻게 알고 온 거야?
Hey, who's there? How'd you find this place?
아, 우린 이 초록색 세모 컨테이너만 열어보고
we're
바로
just here to
갈게.
check out the shipping container with a green triangle over here. And we'll be right after you're here, okay? One time I get both 3012. I have gotten some super duper super lucky pulls before. I mean, the pull I did today was pretty lucky, but I've also gotten some wild ones before too. Let's take them out before anything worse happens to our agent. Actually, I think a couple of streams ago, we got that pretty lucky one with the... What was it? It was when we had that guaranteed 3-star ticket and we got 3 of them.
어디에서도 볼 수 없을 색채로.
Instead of just one, that was wild.
몰라 열받고 이러면 아무것도 못해도.
That was when I got this Honolulu, I think.
어디에서도 볼 수 없을 색채로.
And I'm so glad I got him.
어중간한 예술은
이제 힘이겠네요.
예술적이네요.
Okay. Is this the out of town anime? Can we? No. There's no way to trigger thermal blades this turn. I think I'm going to be pulling on this banner a fair amount if I can. The next however long it's up. Also now I have to decide if I want to like spend baxes to get the shouts for this Radia. The one that I'm using as a support character right now, because she'd be great to actually properly have for this team. And I can no longer pull for her.
재밌겠는데? 몰라 열받도 이러면 아무것도 못하고
마지막으로 남긴 말.
한놈 쪼아먹었다.
훌륭한 반말이네요.
이제 힘이겠네요.
어중간한 예술은 보여드려야겠군요. 외면의 예술을. 엄마만큼은
Wait,
못하지만
whoa.
나도 녹이면서
You found the stream on the Twitter then? Is okay. That's fantastic to hear. Sometimes I actually wonder if I'm wasting time posting that I'm streaming on Twitter. Because sometimes I wonder if anyone actually sees my posts, and it's really great to hear that someone did.
저희 뼈로 틀을 잡고 저희 살로 채워날 밤에도 이제야 친해졌네요.
And thanks for dropping in, by the way. I'm now looking at a list of different Radian IDs because I'm trying to think of how much. What is the app? Whoa, what is this?
인정받은 세 가지 작품을 뜻하죠. 비록 지금 제 작품이
Sweeping fuel cylinders? I don't know what I've just gotten. I'm looking at. I have a list of Radian IDs pulled up because trying to figure out what the opportunity cost is if I do spend. If I spend if I spend some shouts and on the Radian that just ended. What is this? Is this for the Heathcliff I just got? I'm guessing that that's the Heathcliff I just got. I'm like, why is there an owned thing on this? And then a bunch of these, I'm assuming all of these are cosmetics. announcer. In which case, I think my first priority is extraction tickets and then boxes. Yellow and red. Why do they only give a single red box on this one? Wait. It's an Otis ego. Is it this? Done? Also, I need to see. Okay, so I have a few. Should I see 120% after this canto the level limit starts going up. Greetings, Mario. Okay, so I want to see if I can make a team that has as close to 120% on this banner at the same time as this one. I don't know, I called it a banner, but okay, let's see this. Oh, Mao branch. Yeah, I have that. Okay, so if I use Ring of Harvest Student Muso, and so those three would be 80. And bonus units. 60 Poti House of Spiders Ishmael. So I need to go. This is like calling for a super precise team, and I don't want to mess up my other teams. I'm not sure. Okay, we'll use this one, and we are going to need to actually level up the new character. But twice.
기억은 중요하지.
I'm skipping this because I have no idea if the spoilers
나는
in
주제의
it,
작은
and I'm
히스클리프.
not up to date on the story.
지금부터 니놈들의
What did you think of the sound Fly My Wings? That was from last canto, right? If I'm remembering right, I liked it. Let's level him a little bit. Nothing past canto 5. So many different tickets. Okay, so we want to team with these two. These two. Okay, this is 100%. Sorry, this has become complicated team building because of the two events going at once. So yeah, I haven't used that. I needed to do Mao branch.
명을 받듭니다.
That gets me up to 120% with 3 of them. And then I need
형님과 누님들을 위해
to have Rena Palvis student move. So
전시 중
일정이 잡혔습니까?
이 떨림. 다시
I can do one more. I'm up to 80% there. Oh, who was another Rin?
앞장서시오.
There.
소재가
Then that's 40, 60, 80, 100. Okay. It's not perfect. If I had the Radian, then it would be better. Let's just swap out some characters for characters that may just have slightly better support passives. I'm not checking. I maybe should check what support passives I'm getting from these, but I'm just guessing that some of these might have better. Okay. I don't know how good this team is mechanically here, but it gets me lots of the event resources, which I need. Just did photon pulse for the new Heathcliff and still don't have it. I'm sorry about that.
어때?
I got really lucky. Okay, I want to get some some envy resources going. It's a pretty great bleed team. I think you might be right. And also to bring me some joy, it has has a few sources of burn on the team. I think my impression is I kind of like the idea of this team. We might be able to get. I think we will be able to get some extraction tickets from the new event and do another temple.
합격장.
The funny thing is, I wanted this Heathcliff, but I wanted the ego mode in this Heathcliff, so. Hey, dysregulator, how's it going?
소바주.
이거 분강 맞지? 야! 안 먹은 것 같긴 한데. 아무튼 슬램!
In fact, I think the team is doing it pretty well.
이거 분강 맞지? 야! 안 먹은 것 같긴 한데. 아무튼 슬램!
Oh, nice job, dysregulator.
통달한다면 의식 불명.
Nice.
좋아, 한 줄 지워주지.
I don't know exactly what my Birna team looking like when because I haven't been using my Birna team for a little bit, and I kind of been using like a hybrid team when I do burn, so it's not like fully committed to the status. But I do think whatever the future form of my burner team is, I want that ego for it.
한 쌍의 상황골과 생기세요. 한 쌍의 상황골과 24개의 늑골이 자아내는 티비아의 멜로디가
되겠냐고요.
I think the future version hopefully eventually gets Otis and a magic bullet.
예술적이네요.
But you know, that's a work in progress right there. Ooh, closing time. Out, installation out. Oh, nice. We managed to have enough arena character for him. We have two different characters on this team that care about having their faction on the team.
재밌겠는데?
Like a lot of characters care a tiny bit, but two characters that I feel like care a fair amount. It feels like this Hannah and this, they're both really like having their faction.
그럼 안녕히.
항상 저희 영광을 읽고 가겠습니다요.
훌륭한 단말만 해요.
Doing faction-wide buffs.
약지에 감긴 세 바퀴의 반지는 마에스트로가 되기 위해
46% damage on low.
비록
Oh,
지금
nicely
제 작품이
done.
만인의 신금을 올리지는 못하더라도
Okay, yeah, we're getting a decent amount of
여전히
both.
반지에 부끄럽지 않은 작품을 선보이고 있는 것 같네요.
이 컨테이너일 거예요.
This one. It's got to be this shipping container.
LCCB 부서의 팀장이.
And then here should be the LCCB team captain.
정말 죽는 줄 알았습니다.
Looks more convincingly like the person we're looking for than the guy we met initially, who was like the pirate guy. I really thought I was done for.
저는 이번 작전에 투입된
Name's
LCCB
Pilot, LCCB Preliminary Observation Unit 3 Assistant Manager.
당신 팀장이 아니었어요? 그놈들은 잡은 게 LCCB 팀장이라고 했는데.
Wait, you're not the team leader? But the pirates said they captured the LCCB team leader.
뭡니까?
Hey, I'm standing right here. What's up with the obvious disappointment?
구해주셔서 감사합니다.
Anyways, thank you for saving my life. I heard so many stories about the LCB, huh? What kind of stories, I wonder?
실제로 만나뵙게 되니
Happy
영광입니다.
to make your acquaintance, serious and lady. I've been a huge fan of her since I joined the company.
다들 표정이 왜들 그럽니까?
Why are you looking at me like that?
이해해줘.
Long story short, there was a whole mess with the other guy who claimed to be a fan. So, yeah, you gotta understand.
그리고 전해드릴 말이
Oh,
있습니다.
and I've a message to deliver to you guys.
당신들
Hey, I bet you guys are chaotically running around somewhere in Newcope, like headless chickens and messing everything up.
대파괴 시간이군.
Time for OOF.
아닙니다. 그게 아니라
Wait,
그거의
I'm
메시지를
just
좀더
delivering
생동감 있게
this
전달하는
message
것입니다.
exactly as she said it. The intonations and all.
조심해야 해. 우리랑 이야기할
Watch
때는
out!
주어부터
Don't you
빠르게
think it
알려줘야
might
한다고.
have been better to start with, and I quote, and tell us who this she is too?
단축과 생략은 뉘앙스가 전혀 다르다.
Abbreviations and omissions are two completely different things. I'll let this slide. Flagelline, just this once.
주어 말입니까?
Who she is? Oh, well, of course, it's none other than
소드 과장님이시죠?
Manager Miss Sod herself.
소드 씨가 살아계신
Sod is alive?
과장님?
Manager? Did she get promoted?
아직 재활 중에 계십니다만
She's still in recovery, but after team arrived just in the nick of time and treated her wounds, saving her life. You know, the Limbus Company doesn't really communicate very well. You'd think they'd like communicate some of this stuff to our team, but no, they're like, who cares? They already have plenty of trauma. What's a little more trauma added into their lives?
추서된 건
I'm glad it wasn't a posthumous promotion.
소드 과장님도 여러분을
The manager Sad wanted to meet all of y'all too, but couldn't make it on account of her being on a different mission. I'm glad she's okay.
소드 씨는
It's sad. Okay.
물론입니다. 고비는 몇 번 넘기셔서
Course, it wasn't the smoothest recovery, but she's now healthy enough to eat some grub and hold a lengthy conversation.
아니 그건 다행인데
That's
그걸
great.
묻는 게 아니라
But I was asking because
파트너를 잃었잖아요.
she lost her partner right before her eyes. Oh. Pilot produced a piece of old folded paper and began reading from it.
LCCB 사원 여러분들은 한 번 더 기억해 주시기 바랍니다. 저희 B4 팀은 모두를 대신해서 길을 트는 중요한 임무를 맡은 직원들입니다.
This is a reminder to all LCCB employees. We, the before team, are assigned the paramount task of clearing the path before anyone else does. Every bloodied stop, every flash given becomes another stopping stone for your fellow Limbus Company employees to follow into the future.
입사하자마자 받는
That's the very
매뉴얼에서
first line from the
가장
new
먼저 나오는
hire
내용입니다.
training guide we were issued.
저는 말입니다.
And I'm proud of it. I'm proud of the sacrifices we make. Most of my co-workers at LCCB just want to make a quick buck before quitting and say, I'm that one though.
희생이 자랑스러워?
You're proud of sacrifice?
진심이에요?
Seriously?
자자 이스 정어리 고르맛 아이스크림 먹고 싶다고?
Now, is she?
어쩜 신기하네.
What? You want sardine whale flavored ice cream? No way, me too. Why don't we head out and get some together?
아니
Hey,
노라고요.
let me go. Let me go. How are you so strong? Radia grabbed Ishmael's arm and began practically dragging her outside. Well, just in case she gets into another fight, I decided to sneakily follow them from a distance.
이스 자꾸 그러면 분위기 너무
She,
처지잖아.
you gotta stop bringing down the mood like that. We saved his life, didn't we?
상태가 안 좋은 건 알겠는데.
I understand that things are a bit rough right now, but let's be a bit more patient, Kay?
저건 그냥 세뇌잖아요.
Radian, that back there, that's indoctrination. They're brainwashing them.
개죽음일 수
No
있다는
one
걸 아무도
wants to
인정하고
admit
싶지
that
않아서
they're just throwing themselves into a meat grinder, so they wrap that neatly in the name of self-sacrifice.
알아.
I know.
그럼
Then why?
하지만 그렇게라도 생각해야
People
견뎌지는
need a
사람들도
way
있지
to
않겠어?
endure that reality
당장에 돈
and go
벌어먹어야
on
사라지는
living
사람들도
somehow.
있을 거고.
Some people live from paycheck to paycheck. Sometimes they just don't have a choice.
저 의욕 넘치는 친구한테
Let's hear out our overzealous friend. How about that?
애새끼 달래듯이
Don't tack down to me like you're cuddling some baby.
저희가 그럴 정도로
I'm
사이가
not
안
that close, Radian.
휘둘려주는 것도
But I'll listen. And just this once.
알았어.
Fine, fine. Radia seemed to have noticed that I was following them all along. She signaled me with a quick wink, and I was able to return to where the other seniors were before they did. Oh wait! What am I thinking? I kind of do Batu because if I use a support character on my team, that will account for the event. Just thought of that. "'Tis injustice that thou hast left me out of thine ice cream, Junt.
여기는 영 맛이 별로야.
It tasted like fish. Not worth the work. Maybe they put ground mermaid in there. Ground mermaid? In ice cream?
이렇게 많은 사람이 보고 있으니까
Boy, I'm nervous. What an audience, huh? Stop. I have no idea what you're saying, Ryoshud. Sometimes I can cobble it together, but this is a whole sentence abbreviated. No.
네?
I'm sorry.
빨리 말해달래요.
Talk.
싱
Even more. Okay.
아니면
Suffer the obliteration of a forehead.
알려주셔서 고맙습니다. 저
I appreciate you translating it. I feel a bit better.
왜냐하면 방금
She reminded me
LCCB 부사장님
a lot of our LCC before team interacted just now.
정말 혹독하게 다뤄줬나 보네.
Must be a hell of a bus, huh?
그러니까
Where do I begin?
저희도 황금가지가
It
있는
took us a hot
로봇 지구의
minute to
정확한 위치를
pinpoint the location of the Blatmy Cope branch house in the Golden Bow, actually.
저와 대원들은
Me and my
철두철미한
team,
성격이긴
he
했습니다.
ran a pretty tight ship.
결국
But the twin hook pirates of U-Cope back streets
덜미를
got
잡아보려고
wind
한
of
것이
us sniffing
아니겠습니까?
그러니까
around.
이 정도면 진짜 싼 거라니까 그러네.
Listen here, lad. This be the cheapest bottle of oil in all of the Great Lake, I tell you.
아무리 생각해도
What?
말이 안 되지
How?
않습니까?
That's ridiculous. Yeah, you're not telling me that this whale oil of dubious origin is worth how much?
잠깐. 너희가 대놓고 심기를
Wait,
거슬렀는데
yeah, no wonder. You pretty much antagonized them to their faces.
아니 그놈들이 글쎄 대놓고
Okay, in my defense, those fellows was about to rob us blind.
아니 정보를 알아내기 위한 비용 치고는.
I mean, couldn't you have just paid a bit of money for some intel, though?
아무튼
Well, anyway,
저희 비포팀은
after a
철저한
thorough
수사 끝에
search, we identified the exact location of the lobotomy cope branch with the golden bow.
황금가지는 무사히 존재하던가요?
Did you find the golden bow?
네, 그 유명한
Yep, saw that fabled golden light too. Too bright yet not too bright, was it?
직접 보니
I had to see it with my own two eyes to understand what that meant.
로보토미 지부선의 깊숙한 곳에서
Boy,
황금가지에 비친
what an incredibly
있습니다.
incandescent glow that was, even from deep within the lobotomy cope branch ship. Okay, it's Anna's ship. That makes sense. A lobotomy cope ship.
관측과 통로 개척까지 마친 뒤에
Observation check and confirmation check. All we had left to do on the docket was the report.
저희
Oh,
비포팀의 업무는
our job, by the way, was advance reconnaissance to confirm the presence of the golden bow.
그 과정에서
They say that plenty of advanced reconnaissance teams encounter abnormalities or get wiped in the process.
작전을 성공적으로
We were
완수했다고
about to make
판단해서
our return journey, considering the mission is a resounding success win.
그 해적놈들에게 덜미를 잡혀버렸던 거구만.
So those pirates followed you guys there, huh?
현장의 하루 팀장님은
Team leader Haru assured us that nothing was out of the ordinary, that these are interruptions by opposing parties happened all of the time. But
나는 너희가 이 으스스한 곳에서 뭘 하든
so I don't really care about what you're doing all the way out here on this creepy ship, but
이분께서
the gentleman he was
같이 가게
rather
됐어.
curious about what business you guys were up to, so I tagged along, no objections, Pilot's face turned pale with fear for the first time since he started recounting the story.
그때 팀장님의 손에서 무기를 놓치는 소리가 들렸습니다.
That's when I heard the weapon slip out of our team leader's hand and onto the ground.
저희 팀장님
Our
현장에서 진짜
team
명령
leader's an
욕심입니다.
experienced field agent with a decorated track record.
고기를 모르는
She,
마음 굳세
I've never seen her just give up like that. She ain't the kind to be so easily rattled.
옆을 돌아봐
So I turned to look at her, and the look on her face was,
허탈함이었습니다.
I say that was a look of resignation.
그러고 남긴 말이 있었겠죠.
Would I be correct in assuming that she had something to say at that moment?
이번 작전은 실패했다.
Mission
그렇게
failed.
말씀하셨습니다.
Verbatim.
대체 누구를 받길래 그렇게
Could
반응한
she
거야?
see it to immediately give up like that?
이곳에 중지 간부가 있어서는 안 돼라고 하셨습니다.
An officer from the middle shouldn't be here. Again, verbatim.
엄청나게 휘갈겨 놓은 문신.
I'm guessing the guy had like
그리고
a
거기서
huge
보라색
fancy tattoo that glowed purple.
어떻게 하셨습니까?
Huh?
제일 먼저
How do you know? That was the first thing I noticed
보라색으로
about him
빛나는
actually, that
문신이었습니다.
weird looking purple glowing tattoo.
그래도
Still, I thought that maybe, just maybe, we had a shot.
우리 삼과는
We're Unit 3 after all. We weren't no slouches, and we had some impressive names with us.
그럴 리가 있나?
You don't.
그 이후로는 기억이 흐릿합니다.
I got Ricardo Cliff with internal pulls. Let's go. Nice. I mean, oh, the Heathcliff? And greetings, yeah. And I do not recall much more after that. I got him too.
정신을 차렸을 때는 제 뺨이 바닥에 붙어 있었습니다.
I really want the ego though. When I came to, I was on the floor face down.
처음엔
At
아무
first,
소리도 들리지
I
않았다고
thought I'd
생각했습니다.
gone deaf and couldn't hear a thing. You know, when a bomb goes off right next to you, your ears starts ringing and all. I thought I'd burst my eardrums. Ricardo is the name of the middle member. His ID is copying.
하지만 그게 저희 팀원들의 고함과 비명이
I mean, I've heard Ricardo mentioned in chat before, so then it's not a surprise in some ways to me. Knew he was a character, and knew I know that a lot that IDs. I don't know about all of them, but a lot of them are kind of versions of other characters too. But that wasn't it. No, it was my team shouting and screaming, and all of it combined into some kind of incomprehensible cacophony. I just couldn't register that at first.
그걸 구분할 수 있게 되니까
Once I recognized that, I also
무슨 울림이 있다는
noticed
것을 깨달았습니다.
a deep rumbling echoing underneath all that.
마치 지구 먼 발치에서부터 울려 퍼지고 있는 듯한
Just it sounds like a whale. A bizarre, terrible rumbling that sounded like it was echoing from a place far away from the branch.
기괴한 울림.
That got Ishmael's attention. Bizarre rumbling?
예, 마치 폭발 소리
Yes,
같았습니다.
ma'am. It was almost like a distant explosion. And it seemed like others were picking up on that noise too.
그 해적들도
The pirates
갑자기 이상하다는
suddenly
듯이
started
불안해했습니다.
acting all nervous.
심지어 그 중지의 작은 형님이라 불리는 자주차도 당황해한 것 같았습니다.
And even the big brother from the middle was rattled. Wow.
작은 형님? 너 확실하게 들은 거야?
They all called him the big brother.
아까 해적
Did you hear
선장님이
that right?
거품이 아니긴 했네.
I guess there really was a big fish looking out for the pirates.
네, 분명 그렇게 말했습니다. 작은
Yes, ma'am. Loud and clear. They called him Big Brother.
그 낯짝들 여전한 작품이군.
I wonder how those fools are doing nowadays.
돈이 될 만한 놈들만 챙기고 돌아간다.
Take only the valiant hostages. We're leaving now.
저건 오재앙 중 하나야.
That's right.
이곳에
There's
다다르기
one
전에
of the
우리가 산다.
Whoa. That's right. There is one of the 5 calamity. We have to book it before that thing gets here. We're all dead meat if we don't.
하나 더 기억나는 건 팀장님입니다.
And last thing I remember is our team leader.
제가
Right before I lost consciousness, the team leader, she
제 가슴팍에 자신의
stuck her employee code badge to my chest when the pirates weren't looking.
그때는 이해가 안
Back
됐었습니다.
then, I didn't understand what she was doing, but now that I had some time to think about it,
막내인 제 몸값을 높여서
she did that so I'll look more valuable.
건질 확률을
So they'll take me hostage instead of leaving me to die. Me, who's just a rookie.
정리를 해보자면
To summarize, every LCCB agent was either injured or unconscious.
계획에는 어떤 중지가 끼어들고 거기에 더해서 그 녀석들도 쫄 정도의 정체물의 무언가까지 닥치고
The middle got involved out of nowhere. And there was this calamity that even the middle bloke was scared of.
파일럿 씨, 지부의 좌표를 전달해 주실 수
Can you
있을까요?
give us the coordinates to the Lobotomy Cope branch, Mr. Pilot? I'm assuming its coordinates are changing.
물론입니다.
But maybe they have some sort of system to keep track of changing coordinates. Of course. Pilot produced a piece of paper that had been folded over many times and handed it over to Faust. It's all right there, ma'am. Down to every last bit of detail you'll need. I hid it from them to the best of my abilities. I'm glad that I was able to complete my mission at least.
잠깐만요.
Wait,
그 재앙
that
말인데요.
calamity.
다른 특징 같은 건
Was there
없었나요?
anything else about it that stood out?
있을 텐데.
There's got to be more.
흰색.
Pale.
분명
It
흰색인데
was white.
진짜 처음
An off-white color, and like anything I'd ever laid my eyes on before.
창백한 인상이었던
It was
사실은 기억에 남습니다.
Towering
그리고 그
and pallid,
떨리는 소리.
and that trembling. I'm sure I've heard of it before.
아, 유사의 그 트랙
Right,
있지 않습니까?
it reminded me of
곱슬한
Yuko's
소리와
singularity. That rumbling sounded a lot like them tuning folks when they combined stuff together. Ooh. Is there a relationship between it and the tuning folks, or is that a coincidence? Seems like an app. It seems aptly coincident. I'm not sure. Yeah, almost there.
저도 같이 가겠습니다.
Let me tag along with you. You're safer in this place where pirates kidnap everybody here. I think.
어쩌면 지부 안내에도 도움이 될지도 모릅니다.
I could be your guide in the Lobotomy Cope branch.
LCCB와의 작전 통행은 예정되어 있던
Indeed,
사항입니다.
this was to be a joint operation with the LCCB, where they were supposed to accompany us to the Lobotomy Cope branch. Okay, but you're good as that if you come with us.
건가요?
What is your decision, Dante? Though apparently Sad is alive. Tell him that while I appreciate his offer, I decline. People that get involved with us often don't make it out in one piece. I am glad that Dante has realized this. Not every story has the main character have that sort of awareness.
동카.
IA. What's IA? IA. I don't know.
우리가 너 살려준 거야, 짜샤. 빨리 고마워해.
We saved your life! Mate, show some gratitude.
고맙습니다.
Thank you.
파일럿 씨는 LCA 팀이 도착할 때까지
Mr.
대기하시다가
Pilot, remain on
본부로
standby
돌아가셔서
until the after team arrives. Then return to base and report your findings.
아,
Uh,
함께하지 않는다는
so they
결정이셨습니까?
declined, huh?
역시 들은 대로 시계
The stories were true.
틀리지 않으십니다.
I don't hear nothing but the ticking of the clock.
마음 넓으신 관리자님께서 직접 마음은 고마웠다고 말씀하셨고
Executive
그
Manager,
은혜까지 꼭 기억하고
in their endless generosity, has also deigned to thank you for your offer. Remember that as you return.
알겠습니다.
All right.
그럼
All
몸
the
조심하십시오.
best of luck to y'all.
그럼 제가 얻을 건
That's all I
얻었으니까
needed. Bye. Ishmael was the first to leave the room. Well, this meeting was pretty short-lived.
서두 씨에게 안부 전해줘.
But say hello to Sad first, will you? Well, the shorter we keep this meeting, the more likely it is for that guy to come out of things alive. I feel like our team of sinners does not exactly bring good things to the people they associate with. Do not exactly like heroes saving the lives of all of the people they come across. They're not killing all of the allies, but things don't work out. And please tell her that I'm thankful for what she did for us.
그때 저는
Back then, I couldn't bring myself to tell her even that.
그러겠습니다.
I'll be sure to tell her that.
파일럿군. 그래도 잘 견뎌주었군.
You have endured well, despite the tribulations, pilot.
이상.
Ethan, how kind of you.
누군가는 이 말을 남겨줘야
It appeared to me that he deserved such words.
저희 팀원들이
I wanna see my team again.
막내라고
They were all so kind to me. Me being the rookie of the team and all. Maybe there are survivors at the lobotomy cope branch.
생존자가 있을
That seems doubtful, pilot. Do not get your hopes up. People don't live. Especially in lobotomy cope branches. Lobotomy cope branches are not known for their safety. Pilot's eyes, which had been welling up for a while, eventually broke like a dam. Tears flowed down his cheeks to the ground.
우리가 꼭 구해 보이겠어.
We shall bring them home. You have my word.
네. 반드시요.
And mine too.
이번에야말로
We won't fail again. Ishmael over here.
파일럿이가 전달하신 로보토미 지부의 변동 좌표를 확인해 보았습니다.
I have examined the variable coordinates Mr. Pilot provided us. What exactly are variable coordinates?
저희가 찾고 있는
I understand.
청새치 항구상 같이 규모가
Ships beyond a certain magnitude, like our lobotomy cope branch, the Marlin Pot, receive partial loss of the Great Lake in an encrypted form from UCOPE. UCOPE holds a strict monopoly on the intel regarding the laws of the Great Lake within the nest. Of course, the vessels that receive that intel pay various prices for that privilege. They use that partial information to calculate at which location their vessels must be during which specific period to ensure a safe voyage, and finalize it into a standardized form known as variable coordinates. That's kind of what I figured we'd get when we asked for the coordinates from him. Before they even mentioned the tumor variable coordinates.
항구선의 경우는 많은 고객을 유치해야 하니까 그런 좌표를
Boat ships often send out their coordinates to other vessels, as they want to host as many guests as possible. But vessels that prioritize privacy and secrecy, like the Fomualicope branch in question, will never do so. But the lobotomy cope branch we're looking for is kinda like a treasure ship, huh? then there's gotta be a black market out there for people willing to pay big money for its coordinates.
훌륭한 추측이네요.
Impressive deduction.
게다가
Also, unlike normal coordinates of variable, coordinates are composed of lengthy and encrypted codes.
그래서 호수를
Therefore,
항해하는
vessels sailing across the Great Lakes stopped by entering the variable coordinates of their destination. Based on that information, sad vessels will follow a certain route, shouted via the automated navigation system that periodically confirms the current location of their destination.
와, 뭔가 어려운 말이지만
Wow, that's a lot of big words! So, basically, if we enter the information we got from Mr. Pilot here, we can somehow find our way to the lobotomy cope branch?
유사가 관리하는 대호수를 넘어 외곽으로 가면
It's useless in the waters of the outskirts, beyond the borders of UCOPE.
그렇죠.
Indeed,
그렇다 해도
but the lobotomy cope branch is within UCOPE's borders.
좌표만 있으면
We will have no trouble analyzing the vessel's travel patterns as long as we have its variable coordinates. Gotcha, then let's get a move on. Isan and Sinclair nodded with determination, while the other sinners followed suit and hurried on. Though I didn't catch a clear view, I think Ishmael nodded too. We're not getting any combats. We need to get combats to get the event stuff. We made our way past the mountains of shipping containers and back to where we first docked. I saw Virgilius and Charon on a bunch watching us approach. The latter of the two was clearly suffering from crashing boredom. Charon ate ice cream. It was cold but disappeared fast. Did it not have the putrid scent of the sea? Putrid? Charon doesn't know what that means. Tis a flavor not unlike licking a fish. Blonde girl licks fish. Funny tastes. Charon shudder.
다들 얼굴들이 죽상이군.
Something's happened by the looks on your faces.
무슨 일이 있었지?
Explain.
아니, 그것이 말이오. 우리가
Allow me to explain. Upon our arrival at the promised location.
같은 건 관심 없으니 무슨 정보를 얻었는지에 대해 요약해서 말하도록.
You don't care to use the wrong person to explain people. Someone else step in. That is none of my concern. I only want to know what intel you have learned and make it short.
황금 가지의 위치를 알아냈죠.
We know where the golden bow is. It's in a lobotomy cope branch in the middle of the Great Lake.
당연히 지부에 박혀 있겠지.
Of course, it's in a lobotomy cope branch. Did you learn anything else?
변동 좌표를 얻었습니다.
We obtained its variable coordinates.
뭐 당신은 고작 좌표뿐이라고 하겠지만
I know what you're about to say. That's it? That's all you got or something? But listen to the trouble we went through to...
아니, 그거면 충분하지.
No, that's good enough. Almost makes me want to applaud you all.
어머나?
Oh my!
그리고
Virgilius, there was...
아,
I know exactly what you're about to tell me.
알아서 하지.
I will deal with it. Stay out of this. What? What's he doing? He's actually doing something? Wait, what's going on?
이스마엘, 꽤 초조해 보이는.
You look impatient, Ishmael.
아마
I see that our earlier consultation did not ease your anxiety.
당연하죠. 제 목적이
Of course not. I don't even know what's happening with my mission. We're wading blindly through a misty sea.
이일 저일 챙겨가면서 나아가려고
Yet,
하는 모양새를
here we
쳐다보고
are,
있을 수가 있나요?
shoving our noses in everything everywhere. It's driving me up the wall.
진정. 내 인생.
Relax.
이 대호.
You must know that no path is ever direct in the Great Lake.
그런 걸 겪었던 자.
I did not expect this much lack of patience from someone who spent most of her life here.
관리자의 어깨가 적골이 난 것도. 그
Can I assume the mass you've left the manager shouldering is also a consequence of your impatience?
그건
That's...
뭐
well,
의도하지 않았다는 건 알겠군.
well, clearly
그런
an
일이 있었으면
unintentional
적어도 숨을
mistake.
쉬는 형태로
If it wasn't,
자리하고 있잖아.
you wouldn't be sitting before me with your throat intact.
왜 생각이 멀리까지 가지 못하는
Why do you fail to look further, Ishmael?
시니스의 결과로
By now you must have realized what awaits you at the end of this journey.
내가
That
안전부절 못하는
contract clause you're so impatient about
듯이 관리자가
is
이끄는
bound to make an appearance as long as you follow the manager's peculiar misadventures.
자꾸
Your combative attitude against the manager
늦출 뿐.
will only delay that inevitability.
겨우 4번 겪은 일로 확신하는 건가요?
What is she talking about? It happened 4 times. That's not a very big sample. What happened 4 times?
나는 그런 흐름을 잘 보니까
Well, I'm good at reading how these things usually flow.
그렇게까지
Feel
말하면
sure about it?
알겠습니다.
Then fine. I won't let frustration get the better of me. I won't step out of line. Not any more than necessary.
덧붙여. 어쨌든 벌어진 일은 존재하기 때문에 상황을 설명하는 경위서 정도는
Ishmael,
작성해야 할 겁니다.
what happened, happened. You will still have to write up a form explaining your actions and the circumstances surrounding them.
얼마든지 해드리죠.
Gladly,
저 길잡이
as long as the guide is right.
혹시 아이스크림은
By what she said about it happening 4 times, it must have something to do with Canto's stories revolving around the sinner's troubles. Yeah. That makes sense. We're on the 5th canto, 4 cantos before this. Have you brought us any ice cream by any future?
아니요. 이 항구의 명물이라도
Bother not.
것만
I was merely
얌전히
curious
있겠소.
of the famed ice cream of Mowlin Pot. I shall board the bus boat post haste. Virgil,
씨 여러모로 고생이네.
Virgil is so uncooperative. Virgil, like, hates being helpful. Like, he gets annoyed about the idea of just like giving the sinners a little bit of novelty dessert. That's probably the best thing to call it. Come on, what Virgil? I appreciate that, Virgil-san.
알아주면 되었어.
Your appreciation is more than enough. He's not going to answer me anyway, but what were you two up to?
단테 씨가 물어봐도 의미가 없는 것에 대해 여쭤보시는군요.
Dante is asking a meaningless question.
저들에게 옴기라도 한 겁니까? 이거 원 정말 고래 아이스크림이라도 사들고 왔어야 했나?
Don't let them rub off on you, Dante. What was I actually supposed to bring? A tub of whale ice cream for everyone? Yes, I just said this. Oh, not even a tab for everyone. Enough for everyone to just try a little. I mean, they're not going. Let's be honest. No one's finishing full amount of it. Okay, so we actually need to change this team. This is the team we did last time. This brings us to oh, is there any chance someone has no one has the new ego equipped? If I had a Radian, a Ring of Harvest Radian with the new ego, that would count for both. Okay, but if I support with Ring of Harvest Radian and have the maximum for both of them is 120%, right? So this brings it up to 120% for that. You can replace your Yusan with mine because I got some good egos. But do you have... I need to make sure I'm using... I think I get more... I'm trying to make sure I maximize the event currency I get. I think I need to use a Harvest Radian. No, there's no Ring Radian. Because like this, if I switch out 2 for
내
you.
작품 또 보고 싶어.
Then I have 20, 40, 20, 80. Okay, I have 120 there, 120. Oh, wait. That's too many characters. Yo, Faust. I don't know which one of these is yours.
명을 받듭니다.
I'm getting 120% of this, and I'm getting 80% of this. I feel like I'm actually better at swapping to this. I get more currency this way. Because this is 100% and 120%. If I use one of these two, then I'm getting less currency. Does she have... What do we have for... We have one... Let's try this team.
저 살점을 찢으면
We might try another team for the next fight.
찢어지겠지?
그 뭐냐 이스마일 씨. 아직 로보톰이 지부까지 도착하려면 한참
Look at
남았는데.
the ocean there.
그대로 눈 붙이는 편이 낫지 않겠어?
So, Ismail, the Slabatomy Cope branch is still a ways away. Why don't you rest up for a bit while you can? That's what we always do anyway.
아니면 내가 교대해줄게.
Or at least let me take the next shift. I've done my few share of night. Watches. Gragosian betrayed his confidence. Ishmael didn't care. She wasn't going to move away from her station anyway. Ishmael looked like she was waiting for something to happen. Or maybe she was deathly afraid of something. She did not even for a second leave the telescope. Courtesy of rain, most likely. Installed on the modified Mephistopheles.
좋은 자세군 물개. 경계의 실패는 부대의 몰락이니. 경계를
That's a good attitude, Swabi. It has been my long-held belief that letting your guard down is to let your comrades down. I asked Otis her thoughts out of curiosity, but she simply replied that Virgilius had already acted upon the matter. If the executive manager would not take action, then that was that. She also explained that while she would not hesitate to clash with Ishmael again should the need arise, she would not continue the pointless tussle that only lowered the team's morale. I guess that's good enough.
하지만 여기는 배 위고.
But we're in the middle of a lake.
아까처럼.
And as long as we stick to the laws of the Great Lake, I don't see us getting...
전방에
There! Ahead! Ishmael suddenly got up and hurried into the cabin, as though she noticed something through the telescope.
미안하게 됐다.
Attacked by anything. My bad. Time to drift again, Redhead.
방향을 틀기에는 늦었어요. 저번 같은 건 안 돼요.
It's too late to change course. That trick won't help us here.
안개 생성기로
They went through the trouble of hiding themselves in an artificial fog of woe.
우리를 확실하게
We're
노리고 있다는 거예요.
obviously their target.
우리 위치가 발각된 이상 따라잡히는
It's a matter of time before they catch up with this ship. Now that they know our location,
어떻게 처리할지
deal with them as you will.
저쪽 배로 넘어가게 허락해 주세요.
Manager, permit us to board their ship. Are you sure that boarding their ship is the best course of action if we want to save our ship?
적어도 제 경험 안에서는
According to my experience, yes. Just a moment, I feel like I'm about to sneeze and I have no tissues at hand. Just 1 second. I am back. Okay, I'll leave it to you then.
계속 그렇게 현명해 주셨으면 좋겠네요.
I hope you'll continue to make wise choices like that. I sighed with relief as she seemed to be going along with me for now. With that, I took a few steps behind the other sinners and watched her.
작사를 꽂아서 배를 강제로 붙일 거예요. 한 명은 키를 잡고 신호에 맞춰서
We'll
꺾어야 돼요.
hook their ship with harpoons, force them into a melee range. Somebody grab the helm and tune it on my signal. I just got done big spice bush and mirror dungeon running an all middle team. Did such turn out well for you?
엔진도 적절한 타이밍에 꺼져야겠군.
How is Annavi against the spice bush? Then someone should be on standby, ready to shut the engine off at the right moment.
어이 거기.
Hey, you, bring us some extra rope, you!
부타실에 들어가서
Wait for your signal inside the wheelhouse. Ishmael's explanations were rapid and confident. Otis nodded along affirmatively. The other sinners were quick to follow their instruction. They seem to be working well together here. Watching Ishmael throw her razor-sharp harpoon toward the pirate ship, I started to feel that something was off. There they were, the sinners, working so well together like clockwork. But underneath all that, maybe all that mattered to them was their own goals. I was wondering if all the times I've spent thinking, hoping and contemplating about our futures together were pointless. This thought lingered for a while in my head. Okay. Yeah, we do not have as much envy with this team. To trigger. Wait, did we even still have Ishmael? I can't remember. I was considering removing Ishmael from the team. So
더 야성적인 깊이로.
we can get 2 more Anvi, which is enough Anvi resources to allow us to trigger Theomal Blades, and we do have Ishmael on the team.
그래, 내가 왔다.
몰라 열받도 이러면 아마 되겠냐고.
But we need to do the triple Anvi next tune, or the tune after, or whatever. Oh, to trigger it.
거창을 새겨주지.
Yeah. I keep muting for a few moments because I think I'm going to sneeze, but then I don't sneeze.
거창을 새겨주지.
되겠냐고요.
My nose is torturing me right now, apparently.
다음엔 당신을 소재로
엄마만큼은
써보고
못하지만
싶습니다.
나도 녹이면서 뵐 수 있거든.
Might be able to finish getting rid of you in the tableau.
재밌겠는데?
Okay. Oh, one left. Look at that guy's beard. Okay.
감상은 어떤가요?
Next turn. If they survive, we get to use closing time. And then if they survive that, I'll have buffs on multiple characters.
훌륭한 단말만 해서
끝내지.
일어나. 아직 11명 죽어야 한다.
Vincent gets that power.
약지에 감긴 세 바퀴의 반지는 마에스트로가 되기 위해 인정받은 세 가지 작품을 뜻하죠. 비록 지금 제 작품이
How much does that? 121, 112, okay. Okay. Alright, let's see. No. Here we go.
살점을 찢으면 더 붉게 칠해지겠지?
I really would like to get enough of the event resource to buy the tickets to do a town poll.
열라 열받죠? 이러면 아무것도 못하죠.
Which in my case is 180 tickets because I already have one ticket. 180 of the resource
어디에서도 볼 수 없을 색채.
because I already have one ticket.
더 야성적인 깊이로.
아직 11번을 죽어야 한다고.
끝내지.
Okay. So much envy. All of the
감상은
envy.
어떤가요?
거창을 새겨주지. 거창을 새겨주지.
열라 열받죠? 이러면 아무것도 못하죠.
I do think I will try to level some of my characters that will work on a more middle focused team with this Heathcliff.
나도 녹이면서 뵐 수 있거든.
Upstream. Might try a middle team in Mirror Dungeon. Easier to do that because then I don't have to invest into the tickets to level them.
감상은 어떤가요?
I just have to apply them
끝내지.
a bit.
일어나.
Just needs the precious thread.
열라 열받죠? 이러면 아무것도 못하죠.
어중간한 예술은
예술적이네요.
I want this Radiant and the new Radia. Ego.
그래.
But hey,
왔다.
speaking of thread, I just got a nice chunk when I logged in today because of my agility and the previous banner.
늦꼬리 자아내는 티비아의 멜로디가
Which is really just a consolation prize.
당신의 소재로 써보고 싶습니다.
되겠냐고요.
There we go.
우리가 넘어갈 생각이었는데.
You crafty bastards! We were going to board your ship first.
우리가 좀 바빠서 말이야.
We've got places to be, things to do, okay?
현올레 생각보다
Now answer my question. Lie or flap your gums meaninglessly and I'll tear the lips off your mags. Speak.
어디서 왔냐?
Who sent you plunkers after us?
우리 부선장님의
We can't let someone who dared to lay a finger on our first mate leave in one piece.
그건 우리 조직에 대한
Your very breath breathes shame to our syndicate. By Captain Hook's orders, you won't leave here alive.
거참 아름다운 의리네.
Ain't that bloody marvelous? I like seeing a good camaraderie.
근데 혓바닥 논리라고 누가 그랬냐?
So, what do you say about flapping your gum? What did I say about flapping your gums meaninglessly?
그따위 협박이 잘도 먹히겠다.
Think you throttle rattles? We're not tenderfoots, you stupid sons of bachelors.
끈질기네 이것들.
What a cleany bunch. We spoiled their first mate's life. And this is the thanks we get.
스미 그 사람이 말한 게 이걸까요?
You think this is what's me, man?
큰일이 날
That
거라던데.
we'll regret it if we... No.
치라는 건
Yo, juvenile whining. That's not from shame.
함께했던 동료들이
When all of your mates lay dead, consumed, manipulated and led into a meat grinder by a collective insanity of a mad woman. When you are left in that endless void where the only sound is the beating of your heart.
잠깐.
Wait.
그리고
And when you realize that your heart continues to beat because it's still desperately, pathetically clinging onto life despite all of that, that's when you'll feel a true shame.
아이 기다려봐. 너희들 배를 보니까 정말 아무것도 모르나 본데.
Wait, looking at the sorry state of your boat, I can answer you have no clue what you're doing out here.
나를 살려주면
Spill me and I'll tell you what you need to know. I'll even put in a good word to the batsman for you.
손해보는 장사는 아니잖아.
Nothing to lose here, lass. You won't have anyone to put in a good word if you kill me.
아 그렇지. 역시
Ishmael is cute here.
만약 그렇게 되면 너희도 기적적으로 호수를 벗어날
Am I getting through to you? Spill me, and he just might sail out of this lake with you.
이런 의미도 없는 그런 말을 일일이 들어주는 것도
I'm
한심해.
tired of listening to these insane meaningless pleas.
방금 저게 마지막이었죠? 다시 배로 복귀하면 되겠어요.
That was the last one, right? Let's go back to our ship. The ship was still as death. Its sails flattered a forlorn dance in the winds.
마침내 돌아왔구나. 나의 스페셜 헤어 쿠폰. 혼자서 그 절묘함을 구현해보려 해도 도무지 완벽해지질 않았지. 이제야 발 뻗고 잘 수 있겠어. 얘들아.
Oh, he's another one that really rambles on his in here. And he dealt the most damage this time. Nice. Good for him.
살점을 찢으면 더 붉게 칠해지겠지?
I love Ramblers. They show off the VA's talents amazingly. Yeah. A good monologue. So, something's been bothering me. Wasn't it weird how they all seemed so certain? If we kept going this way, we'd run into some other huge disaster.
특기할 점은 아닙니다.
Which is nothing of note, manager. It is but a byproduct of the room we live in and their advantage over us.
그것보다 특이했던 것은 저들의 선체 아래에
That seems like a logical explanation, Amir. So, whether your explanation is correct, I'm not certain. I have observed an oddity, however. They had installed numerous spikes on the lower side of their ship's hull.
백끼리의 충돌을 대비한 것 아닌가? 해상 근접전에서는
Are they not for ramming into other fossils? I have heard that such tactics are occasionally used in naval combat. This is very fitting that Otis would say this. That is an old ancient Greek thing. The Greeks. I think I'm remembering this right. Yeah, the Greeks had the boats that were specifically, that's how they did naval combat. They'd ram into other boats with the front of them. What were those boats called? They had a specific name. 1 second. Greek boat. Triremes. I can't remember how you pronounce this word, but it's a trireme. I'm pronouncing it worse every single time. Triremes. That's how you pronounce it. And it's not spelled anything like you might think from how I said it. They were installed far too low in the water to be useful as a means of ramming another ship. It can be extrapolated from the metal's level of corrosion that the spikes concentrated on the keel of the boat have been installed recently.
배 밑바닥을 보았다고?
How did you see the keel of the boat? The water was clearer up close than it appeared from a distance.
밑에서 무언가가 올라오려는 걸 막고 싶었던 걸까요?
Maybe they were trying to stop something from climbing up to the ship. A lot of times, if Hanlu opens his mouth, I assume he's going to say something incorrect, but actually I think there's a chance he could be correct. I'm not sure though. Can't imagine that any fish would swim blindly into the keel of a boat. They're not birds crashing into windows.
별거 아닐 수도 있잖아.
Maybe it was nothing. You know how superstitious pirates can be. What if it's like a good luck charm? Maybe we should have let assistant manager pilot tag along. No, he'd probably be dead already. I'm pessimistic about survival rates, I know. Know anything about this, Frau Faust?
관련된 정보는 아직
No
업데이트되지
pertinent
않았습니다.
information has been updated.
호수의 규칙을 유념하며
The most we
나아가는
could
것이
do is to ensure that we do not violate any laws of the Great Lake. Thus continued our journey to the Lobotomy branch with the variable coordinates pilot gave us. Paranoia of the unknown weighing heavily on our shoulders. After an indeterminate amount of time,
오티스,
Otis,
방향타를 좌현으로
we will
이용할
have to
것
steer
같네요.
the ship's port side.
뭐?
What? Every rule about survival pilot defies it. He's unkillable for some reason. And it's such a low survival rate series. It's not just it's the Limbus Company there. Their games and the named characters die all the time. Right? Sort of. Kind of. I mean, it depends on how you look at it for the other games, I suppose. And I haven't even finished the other two. Otis, who was looking out ahead from the bow of the ship, whipped around. Whatever Faust said seemed to have hit her unexpectedly.
어이, 몇십 분 전만 해도 이 구역을 직선으로 빠르게 지나가야 한다고 말하지 않았나?
Hey, it hasn't been an hour since you told us that we'll have to cross this zone in a straight line.
예측했던 속도에 도달하지
You're
못했습니다.
falling short of our target
이대로
speed.
이 구역을
At our
벗어나면
current rate,
다음
we
구역의
will
파도를 맞을
be
겁니다.
struck by the next zone's waves as soon as we exit here.
그게 이번 구역의 빌어먹을 규칙인가?
Is that the damned law of this zone?
맞습니다.
I can see why that would be the case. I haven't tried saying your name yet. Kiriyuripan? I can see why that would be the case. In fact, occasionally I get that too, not all the time, but sometimes.
해적과의 전투가 빠르게
Indeed.
끝마쳐지긴 했지만
Though our encounter with the pirates was rapidly resolved, we still fall behind schedule. The variable coordinates now points to a different route. I'd preview Marisa?
여기서 얼마나 더 썩어야 하는 거지?
How much time are we going to have to waste here?
안내대로라면
According to the variable coordinates, the necessary roundabout path will cost us 3 more days. Otis bit her lip with discontent before suddenly tuning in my direction.
관리자님, 이번 작전
Executive Manager, I have a genius plan. A plan that will not only accelerate this operation, but also increase the chances of securing and rescuing the lives of the LCCB agents.
적어도
If we were to waste 3 more days at sea,
그들이 건강한 상태로 있을 것이라는
there
보장은
is
없습니다.
very little guarantee for their well-being. Well, what's the plan?
배를
We
끊지 않는
keep
것입니다.
going forward. With that, Otis slowly raised the acceleration lever.
뭐라고요?
What?
제정신인가요?
Are you nuts? We'd be sailing right into the waves, you know that.
파도에 대해서는 나도 들은 것들이
I know the waves, what the waves are, Swabby. I'm not as ignorant of the Great Lake as you might think. You've had plenty of experience weathering and conquering waves as well, haven't you? This seems like a bad idea considering how the boat sank after 5 minutes.
그야 당연하죠.
Yeah.
하지만 그건 정보가 부족해서 어쩔 수 없이 맞닥뜨린 파도들이었어요. 알고
Yeah,
지나간
but
적은
that's
한 번도
because
없다고요.
they were unavoidable, because we lacked information to take the roundabout path. I've never sailed knowingly into the waves before.
하지만 이겨냈던 거지?
But you still prevailed, didn't you?
심지어 지금처럼
Otis is down for
무한한
taking
목숨이
risks.
시기에도 말이지. 그건
And that was when you
우리가 충분히
didn't have
이겨낼 수 있음을
someone to
의미한다.
bring you back. I say that this is well within our capabilities.
더불어
Besides, there is the added benefit of accelerating our mission and the higher possibility of rescue that the executive manager and a few underlings wanted.
이스마일,
It was clear to me that you, Ishmael, weren't so happy with how slow our progress has been. What is it? Did you suddenly gain a yearning for a 3-day sunbathing break? Instead of responding to Otis's sarcastic remark, Ishmael squinted in the direction the boat was speeding in.
물결, 냄새, 속도.
The tides, the odor. The tides, the odor.
그리고 비린 청소
The
호수.
speed, the color,
직접 겪어본
that
호수는
lake
아니지만
over there.
저 호수의 파도에
The blue
작살난 배경을
whirling
막았다는
lake of
건
milk and fishery. I haven't suffered its waves before, but I know many ships that have, many of which are now lying on the bottom of the lake.
그게 우리가 되지 않으면 될 뿐이다.
Fine, as long as we don't join them.
저 만일
What if we just went to take a quick look? And if we feel like it's too much for us, we can just go back the way we came, right?
다시 돌아간다고요? 이 호수에
Go back there is no such thing as going back into this lake.
어떻게 할까요, 단테?
Your decision, Dante. Let's try following Otis's plan.
구역의 경계를 넘어 지정한 호수로 갑니다.
This reminds me of something that I want to see if I can look up. Understood. Crossing the zone's borders to the target lake. You've got to be kidding me. Otis, you better be right. Wait. Okay. As soon as those words left Ishmael's mouth, there was a flash in the sky. Almost said as soon as they left Ishmael's face. Thunder? Where is it? We're following Otis's plan, and here it is. When we were introduced to Otis, we had this. Warning, keep an eye on this scenario and beware that she does not exercise her cunning intellect for purposes other than completing our company's mission. I suppose this is exercising her intellect for purposes of completing the mission. I just don't know how it's going to turn out. I don't know how it's going to turn out. Thunder? It's really starting to pour.
태풍의 눈깔 아니다.
We're in the eye of the storm. Wait, but the sky was clear just moments ago. How could this be?
이미 파도가 밀려왔다는 거예요, 관리자님.
The waves are already here, manager. That was an entertaining display. Karan, this seems like a great opportunity to test that function. What is this view? This looks different than we've seen before. Okay, switching to Indio mode. New technology. That's when reality began to sink in. What had happened to... What happens to, and what will happen to everyone and everything that entered this lake without preparation for what's to come? It looks like the stream died for a minute or seconds. I'm not sure exactly how long it was. I don't know how much that affected things. It's troubling. Yeah, for a second. Okay. I hate it when that happens. Really stresses me out, honestly. There's this adage that every greenhorn sailor of the Great Lake used before they set their first sail. There is but one thing you can count on if you find yourself in an unfamiliar lake whose waters are alien to you. A colossal wave rises to its crest before. Look at that. Yes, I see. Ready your weapons if you want to delay the inevitable. Look at that! It's not your sailing prowess, your fowsing eyes, Pathfinder, or the unbreakable bond between you and your mates. Many sailors fail to endure this trial and instead choose to become sacrifices to the depths of the lake. The first look at a whale in all its glory. And there were mermaids as well. Oh, I misreading Sinclair. Something's climbing onto our ship. Trap. I can't read with two voices at once. I don't have that kind of talent, unfortunately. I know I can just throw a little reverb on it. Maybe no. An echo. Trust nothing but your own resolve to hold it steadfast in the face of terror, in the face of calamity. Though the raging lake may remain indifferent to the will of your meager existence. Look at this. Oh, it looks like they're chained to that. It's kind of disgusting, to be honest. Kind of gross. Okay, we'll have the vengeance resources we need. I mean, the envy resources we need. Envy vengeance. same difference.
이거 공감
For
맞지?
530 you need 2 powers, right, Ismail? I'm not sure which one. That is interesting. I have a list of IDs open. Let me see. Ishmael. Zue. Have I seen this Ishmael? Zue Ishmael, maybe. How close are we to 530? I actually really don't know. Okay, that'll get Thumal Blades activated here.
의식불명.
깨라는 수제를 통달한다.
아듀. 엄마만큼은 못하지만
Yep, there's Thumal Blades.
어디에서도 볼 수 없을 색채로.
한 쌍의 상황골과 24개의 늑골이 자아내는 TBI.
Oh, it looks like the hand, or could you even call it, that took damage there. This thing is kinda terrifying. I'm sure it'll only get more terrifying.
그래. 내가
A
왔다.
flipper, maybe, perhaps. I don't think it's webbed enough to be a flipper. I feel like a flipper needs to be a certain amount of webbed, and I don't feel like this thing is webbed much.
왜? 좀 긁혔어?
But I'm not sure it's a hand either.
이러면 아무것도 못하죠.
Has a flipper. Maybe a claw.
볼만한 것들.
Okay, we might next turn activate closing the time on Hanlu.
재밌겠는데? 되겠냐고요.
들리세요? 한 쌍의 상황골과 24개의
Assuming the fight's still going the next turn.
훌륭한 단말만해요.
Never mind.
저것을 대체 무엇으로 불러야 할지도 감이 잡히지 않는.
No words come to mind to rightly describe that creature. This is a hilarious thing to be the first sentence after the fight, in which we were debating whether it's a hand, a flipper, or a claw. It's the perfect thing for one of the characters to say just after that a discussion.
호수 밑에 사는 정체불명의 것들은 고래라는 이름으로 불리죠. 그 안에서 나오는 것들은 인어에 속하고요.
Isan has no idea. Even scholars are stumped. Yeah. to unfathomable entities inhabiting the depths of the lake are called whales, and those that emerge from them are called mermaids. I was round about having no more ways to get lunacy. Apparently I forgot to claim so. Oh, nice!
구멍 손바닥 고래.
That's the whale of the porous hand.
않은 고래였는데.
I think what we just saw was a hand. I was really hoping to avoid that one. I wonder, is the one you're looking to avoid more? Oh! Is the one I refer to one you want to see? I don't actually exactly know. Is that one of the whales they were talking about at Yuko?
인어가 이렇게 애를 습격해서
Oh,
공격하기도
mermaids raid ships too.
그리고
I read about them once as a child, but these don't look anything like how they did in the books.
인어라. 어릴 때 형이 인어가 그렇게 무섭다며 자기 전에 겁을 주곤 했었는데.
Mermaids. I still remember the horrible bad time story my brother used to tell me about them. Okay. Okay. This is one of these things where I can't tell. I cannot tell. It seems like Honolulu is on our wavelength of reality right here. But sometimes it seems that way, then the next sentence out of him completely throws that up. So like I can't tell if he was told stories like about these mermaids we've just seen. Oh, if he's going to say that he was told stories about some horrible bad time stories about mermaids, and it was horrible because those mermaids didn't have 20 housekeepers and 6 battlers and 10 maids that waited on them hand and foot. It's tough to tell. Hanlu is kinda always out of it, like he's floating through life. Yeah.
그러니까 이런 것들을 잡아서 향수인지
So they make perfumes out of these things.
베르, 이번에야말로 좀
Ryugi, isn't this a good time for you to lend us a hand for once?
잊었어? 저 양반 K사에서 우리가 묵사발 당하고 있었을 때도
Really? That's the guy who practically spectated like a bystander when we got slaughtered back at the Keiko. He didn't even blink.
아, 간간히 멀리서 손까지
He did wave at us though, but I couldn't wave back because my wrists were getting snapped in half.
물론 나라고 메피스토 팔레스가 침몰할 때까지.
Of course, I won't sit idly by as Mephistopheles sinks, if it ever comes to that. But
나설 때는 딱 한순간이다.
know that I will take action only under a very particular set of circumstances. Just a second. I feel like this sort of thing is the sort of thing where if you wait too long to assess the situation for a very particular set of circumstances, then your help might come too late.
너희가 모조리 전멸당하고 적들이 관리자
In which all of you are slaughtered. The enemies have crushed the manager's head and are about to tear the hands of that clock. Oh, hello, that's incredibly unfortunate. Yeah, like how he'll just say things so casually. Oh, Are you serious right now? Dante, I can't allow them to take the company's precious assets right before my eyes now, can I? That's... But the people are its assets too, So I'm afraid you won't see me stop in before every single one of you out there. Which means we won't see you stop in. Quite literally, future. We literally won't see you stop in. Period. Because if every single one of us is dead, there's none of us to see you stop in. Think that's true, Virgil. Think that's true. There's not much he can do, and he's contractually obligated not to participate. It must be frustrating when he's so strong. Mr. Guide, are you really as good as they say? Maybe the stories about you are just tall tales, you know.
그것은 아니요.
That's... No. Do not!
그건 아니야.
Yeah, that's just not. Two previous victims of Virgilia interjected, albeit in hollow voices, to rebut Aradia's rather dangerous remark. So either take them out, welcome them aboard with open arms, or whatever. I'm leaving it up to you all. Up to all of you.
약지에 감긴 세 바퀴의 반지는 마에스트로가 되기 위해 인정받은 세 가지 작품을 뜻하죠.
We will just grab these. Don't mind if I do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we'll just hop over here and Oh! What could it be? What could we get? What are you? Something good? Something that applies burn. Be something that does burn. Be a burn related thing, please. Please. So a post ego. She looks cool there. Telepole Faust. Is this any good? I don't know the egos that I don't have very well. I'm getting so many Faust egos. She put on a fuse. I think it might be decent on Arena Faust. Arena Faust is technically a Chouge character. But I can't remember exactly. Wait, wait. I'm trying to remember how it works because Rena New's father actually doesn't want to. He wants to be losing charge, if I'm remembering it right. But so gain. This is her unique charge count. Gain that much Copus ingredient, max 10. Gains Copus ingredient. If the above effect brings this unit Copus ingredient potency to 2 or higher, gain outwork fascia. And right, if she has outwork fascia, she switches, losing Iron Maiden and gaining self unbound flow state. Base attack skills and clashable counter skills to gain charge. I have 3 he goes for here. So wait. Actually, how does this work? If this gains her plus 5 charge count, she gets stronger when she gets naked. If this gains her charge count, does that apply to a unique charge count if she has that? I haven't messed with charge counts very much yet. It'll give her 5 Copus ingredient. Okay, 2 Envy, 3 Lust, and a Wrath. I think I can pull that off with the teams I've been running here on. If this unit has charge, deal plus 2% damage for every charge count. Skills consume a minus 2 charge count. I don't have all the thread in the world, it's just random upgrading that yet, but I'm going to try it on here. Her passive also means that any skill that uses Copus ingredient will... We'll see if we can try this. Oh, kinda want to switch her into the team. How do I do this? If I switch Arena of Harvest to the Mirso for here, I'm losing a bonus percentage, but I'll be able to try 13, so I suppose... I mean, we're at 80%. Not bad.
야음을 틈타.
And no. This is 2 Envy, a Wrath, and 3 Lust. I think we'll be able to pull that up easily enough with our team.
어디에서도 볼 수 없을 색채로.
I did kind of want a different ego and that tunnel pull, I will say.
어중간한 예술은
Oh,
물어뜯어 고칠 수밖에.
right. Characters will give extra event items whether they participate in battle or not. I'm almost certain you're completely right about that. Because I've used that before. I just didn't remember it for this stream. I was doing all the math of trying to balance to have the maximum stuff there, and I've completely forgot about that very important
감상은
aspect.
어떤가요?
끝내지.
거창을 새겨주지.
Yeah, there's a lot of theory crafting.
이거 분강 맞지?
임팩트.
아직 11번을 죽어야 한다고.
Okay, she
조금 멀리서.
she got enough copious ingredient. Does getting, I can't remember. Does getting more copious ingredient help her more? Okay, wait. She needs. Right. Her ability does care about it. Okay, it still matters. Let's see Talapole.
헤어내리.
Let's see it. Oh, yes. Wasn't the ego so cool? It really impressed me there. It's just the way it was animated there, and the voice line that she said. It's like, impressive. Don't try to blink or you'll miss it.
어디에서도 볼 수 없을 색채로.
Let's try this again. Let's see this ego. Here we go. Housed.
낭매 충전. 최대.
Lightning fully charged. Ooh. Cool.
의식 불명. 일어나. 아직 11번은 죽어야 한다고.
I'm personally fond of Talapole, especially the corrosion. It's really cool. I like corrosions. Corrosions are one of my favorite things about this game. That your characters can kind of just go insane and do a really powerful attack that may help or may, kill your entire team. Okay. Oh, I mean, oh, 2 more waves. Oh, we're definitely getting rid of the view in the tableau. Ooh, oh, that'll be nice.
양밤이 떠올랐어요.
훌륭한 단말만해요. 훌륭한 단말만해요.
살관의 덕분. 나쁘지 않아요.
일어나! 아직 11번을
엄마만큼은
찍어야 한다고.
못하지만 나도 녹이면서 뵐 수 있거든.
Aha! It's Honolulu's time. There we go, closing time, installation out. The sound of chaining skills is the best sound ever. Sound design is an important thing about in game design.
헤어내리.
Some bad sound design or good sound design can make or break a game.
끝내지.
And it's not something you'll really necessarily think about a lot of time in the games, but there are things. There are games that just doesn't matter as much in about.
몰라요. 되겠냐고요.
But I was playing another game the other day, and I wanted to try a different weapon in the game, and I tried the weapon,
항상 저희
and I was
영감을
like,
이끌어주시는군요.
bored, because although I was doing well with the weapon, I just didn't feel the weapon didn't feel like it was being very impactful. I can't remember whether that was because of the sound design, but it could have been contributing towards it.
감상은 어떤가요?
왜? 좀 들켰어?
마지막으로 남긴 파우스트, 신체파의 예술을 보여줄 시간이랍니다.
저의 뼈로 틀을 잡고 저의 살로 채워넣은 외면의 예술.
So she was just slaughtering it there, and it's cool because she gets double benefit from the somatic fusion from closing time that Hanru just gave. Does somatic fusion? I can't remember. She still has it right. Yeah, min and max speed +2 base attack skill in clash power +2 and tail damage percent. Yes. Lots of envy.
영감이 떠올랐어요.
This stream will not be going the full about 4 hours that we often end up going, and about in large part due to the late start because of the
끝내지.
server maintenance. I think this is the first time I've even tried. This must be the first time I tried streaming Limbus Company on a Wednesday, because I don't think I've run into server maintenance when starting a stream before.
이제
How many
몇 마리
left?
남았죠?
전부 처리했다.
None.
그럼 이것이 마지막이야.
And this is the last one. There was something off about those mermaids that crawled out of that whale. It's creepy. A feeling not so different from looking at an abnormality or a distortion. Mermaids. Were they human ones?
제 설명이 부족했겠네요.
I guess I should have explained better.
단순히 밑바닥에
Not
산다고
every
해서
creature that
고래라는
lives in the
이름이
depths
지치지
of the Great
고래라는
Lake are
이름은
called whales. Whales specifically refer to...
호수에서 인간을 숙주로 삼는 모든 것들을 통틀어 부르는 단어.
Everything in the Great Lake that can parasitize humans.
고래가
And whales give birth to mermaids. And where do the mermaids come from?
파도에 밀려온 고래에 먹힌 거예요. 우리도 비슷한 꼴이 될 수도 있고요.
They're people devoured by whales that came with the waves. There's no guarantee that we won't meet the same fate.
알겠죠?
See, now you know why you could turn the clock all day and fail to bring us back. I see now. The waves will be unrelenting, unabating. And Ishmael was already weathered and braved these endless, crashing waves. I'm uncertain parasite is the right word for them to use, but I don't know for sure. That's kind of what I was also thinking as well. So, yeah. Starting to snap strand by strand. Sorry, I interrupted myself. What was? And Ishmael. Okay.
내게는 반드시 이뤄야 할 목표가 있고.
I have a mission that I can't fail.
그걸 방해하는 것들은
And I'll kill everything that stands in my way.
곤두박질 치면서
Even if I were to stumble, even if every part of me were to fall apart, I'll see it through to the end.
집념과 투쟁심.
Determined and ferocious.
나쁘지 않은 중.
Both good attitudes to have when setting sail on an adventure.
본격적인 항해는
The voyage is just getting started. Look at that. The different lakes. Look at that. Tiny little Limbus Company bus boat there. Looks like something's falling in a whirlpool over there. Or, whirlpool is probably the wrong word.
약지에 감긴 세 바퀴의 반지는 마에스트로가 되기 위해 인정받은 세 가지 작품을 뜻하죠. 비록 지금 제 작품이 만인의 신금을
So many
울리지는
shipping boats to.
여전히 반지에 부끄럽지 않은 작품을 선보이고 있는 것 같네요.
What do I have left to do for rewards for this one, by the way? I'll gladly take 50 yellow boxes. And 50 red boxes. Open the 50 red boxes. Oh? Looks like Sinclair, Hanlu, Otis, mainly. I actually get. I enjoy opening the red boxes and seeing what I get. What does that bring me to? For some of these Brandians, that's 246. That's one of my immediate concerns. Where is... I'm getting up there in the Sinclair ones. There's a Sinclair. The Thumb East Soldato, was that the Burn one? No. Is it like Fire Fist Sinclair? Danafis Fixer Sinclair is Walpurgis Nacht, though. Is he? Yeah, okay. So I could theoretically at some point get Dan Office Fixer Sinclair if I save up. Okay. Dan Sinclair and Magic Bullet out. And actually those are two of the ones that I kinda have more of. Oh, those are actually two of the three. And as far as Mirso goes, there is Tam East Capo Mirso, but he's season 6, right? Tam East Capo Mirso. Yeah, right there. So I can't get him until after season 7 in just checking. Yeah. Oh. Don't want to forget to claim those. We'll do a little bit more before the end of the stream.
호수의 물.
The lake.
호수를 바라볼 때
When I look into its waters,
멍이는 모습에 내가
I see my shimmering reflection.
호수가 아무리
Maybe I'm just as refracted and twisted like my reflection in the water. It doesn't matter which lake we're on.
찌그러지고
I always look so warped, so unstable. It happened upon Ishmael's musing as I happened around I happened upon Ishmael's musings around the time we were on our way to the elusive lobotomy cope branch of the Great Lake. It had been a while since our last disastrous incident.
호수에 비춰온 뒤틀린 모습들이
Maybe my distorted reflections were just
거울았던 것일지도 모르지.
me. Even from a distance, it was evident that Ishmael was gazing down at her own reflection in the water. I rested my wandering feet and decided to watch her for a moment. I wanted to see what Ishmael was looking at. Together,
손에 피가 맺혔었지.
my hands were peeling, bleeding.
소금물이 들어가서 쓰라렸고
Salt water seeped into my gaping wounds. It hurt so much, so much that I thought I might faint if I didn't let go.
놓을 수 없었어.
But I couldn't.
무엇을 놓고 싶지 않아.
What was I holding on to?
관리자님, 와보셔야겠습니다.
Executive Manager, there is a matter that requires your attention. We are approaching our next coordinates. Oh, okay.
저도 보죠.
I'll go see too. Ishmael woke from her introspection and straightened herself. She strode toward us.
앞에는 뭐가 있죠?
What's up ahead?
눈앞에 보이는 것과
The
레이더상에 잡히는 것은
radar's caught something. We have a visual on.
한쪽의 배뿐이다.
Sometimes I start reading one of the lines in the round voice and a double take. A solitary ship.
그리고
And it looks like we have 3 hours to kill before we're allowed to move on to the next lake. Unless the executive manager would authorize us to weather the waves once more. That's what Otis wants to do. No, Otis. The lasses were worse than I anticipated, and remember what Ishmael said. We were extremely lucky that the waves that came for us was a relatively manageable one.
명령하신 대로 따르겠습니다.
Yes, executive manager. Thanks to Otis, who quickly abandoned the idea, the seniors and I could observe this new vessel with somewhat lighter heart.
다행히 해적선으로 보이지는 않아요.
What a relief. That doesn't look like a pirate ship, that's... Listen to him. No! That is a mini cruise ship over yonder! A veritable bounty ship! A vessel of protein! Oh, look at it, it's all sparkly. Even from the distance, I could see the colorful balloons and banners decorating the ship.
난 파티가 정말 좋았어.
Listen to him. I love to party!
거기서는 모두가 나처럼 큰 소리로 소리 지르고 뛰어다녀도 혼날 걱정 없으니 얼마나
I'm surprised, but for some reason this aspect of her personality was not an expectation for me. Like, you know, just do the people at the parties she goes to, I appreciate her presence, But do the people at the parties she goes to appreciate her presence? She's a little bit of an oddball. And, I could see here not being the most skilled socially at the party-like gatherings. If they don't, they're wrong. I'm just saying, you go to this sort of a gathering and you hear people saying words like "lo yonder veritable," frolic vexed. It's not exactly poutier speak. It's things I might say, but I'm not exactly a poutier myself. Yeah. Oh, it's charming. I love it about her. She's maybe in my top 3 favorite characters. I don't know. I like a lot of the sinners. Did I read this line? I don't think I did. Let me take a drink before I read it. None shall be vexed, no matter how I frolic at a party. Not will pay minds to how I leap and run and shout and view. What joy is it not? Vyugi, go easy on the girl, why don't you? But I'm sure they saw local delicacies there too. Liquor. Treats not found anywhere else in the city. Radiant Don Quixote both shot twinkling glances in my direction, then at Virgilius, then back at me. Virgilius shrugged. Whatever we decided to do here was none of his business. Well, maybe they can tell us something about the new lobotomy cope branch. Or maybe they know something about the LCCB agents. Oh, we're not getting any more. You can keep going. No. Don Quixote was rhythmically swaying her shoulder. Maybe she's trying to imitate the Marlin dance. She glimpsed back at the club. Hi-ho! Allow me to ask thee and thy fine company a few questions. The faintly blaring music was the only response from the ship.
음악 때문에 안 들릴 수도 있겠어. 요새 음악은 지나치게 시끄러워서.
There's something slightly foreboding about this ship. This party ship. For all I know, we're going to get a glimpse of the dance floor and it's going to be dancing. And, you know, outside of the context of this game, this phrase is like, fine, it's whatever. But inside the context of this game, you know, it's different. It's going to be dancing mermaids on the dance floor. Even if the humming stops now, her voice actor does an entire song later in the game. Fantastic. Oh, did I read that? Maybe they can't hear us over the music. Boy, music these days, they're just too loud for me. Grego. It'll be faster if we just head over there and ask them in person. I guess we can quickly stop by and ask them a few questions. We had 3 hours to kill anyway. Might as well make ourselves useful and collect some intel. Ishmael shot a glance at Virgilius before staring at the floor wordlessly.
저 배가 누구의 배인지 어떤 일을 겪은 배였는지를 정확히 모르는 상태에서 간다는 것은 무모한 짓이라고 생각되지만
I'd say it's a reckless idea to just throw up to a random vessel we don't know anything about, like it's all new. Oh, it's history, but if the executive manager insists.
네.
Sure, let's stop by.
저거는 또 갑자기 오티스나 할 법한 말을 하네.
No, that was a very Otis thing to say, ain't it?
이렇게 하기로 했을 뿐이에요.
It's just the attitude I decided to adapt.
이제 이 보트를 사용할 수 있게
Now
되었네요.
this boat will come in useful.
이건 뒤집어질 염려는
Will the boat not capsize?
구명조끼나 튜브는 안 넣어도 될까요?
Should I pack some life vests or a buoy? By the time all 13 of us squeezed our way in, the skiff was absolutely packed and precariously swaying. Some sinners' faces darkened with concern. Don't worry, guys. Even if you all drown, I'll bring you right back. All right as rain. Just kidding. I do wonder, actually. They hear the words in Dante's voice. The sinners, that is. Do they hear intonations, really? Like, you know, the sort of sarcasm. Do the sinners, are the sinners able to hear sort of intonations in the voice that they hear? That, like, we hear the ticking clock, we don't hear Dante's voice. Right then, drink responsibly, everyone. In a manner that was extremely out of character, Virgilius waved at us. Does he know something that we don't? Very often he does. Quite often. Okay. Think this is actually a decent spot to wrap up, where we will be starting the next stream on the cruise ship. Yes, a cliffhanger. Oh, enough to buy 2 tickets. Not enough to do another tentacle. Well, actually, how much sanity do we have? That's not enough either. Ah! A sadness. Oh. I'm probably going to do some mirror dungeon between this stream and next. Between this stream and next Limbus Company stream, because the next stream will not be Limbus Company. I did not put out a schedule this week because of pains. Saturday. Saturday is when the next stream will be. I'm not certain when my plan is for exactly what time. Probably our normal time, but maybe a slightly different time. I'm not 100% decided, but I'm still sat on the fact that I want to stream something I've never played before for that stream. Just try something new, because we've been playing the same games lately, you know? It's fun to try something new. Oh, another detail related to scheduling. This stream was originally going to be a Divinity Original Sin 2 stream, but one of our players, because it's one of our collab streams, where we collab with the other streamers, one of them was out of town, Ritsu, she was out of town, so I settled on why not a second Limbus Company stream. Limbus Company streams are always fun. Except, you know, if we kept having stream issues sometimes, okay, then that can ruin a stream. And it makes those less fun. I also, I'm going to say, there's a game releasing next week that I'm considering we might do a stream of, even though it's not really in the type of stream we usually do. We'll see. That's next week. I noted how strange this stream was technically. I've never really streamed the same game 2 days in a row. Yeah, if I have, it's been a while. It's been ages. If I have, I think I might have I think I might have before, but it really has been ages and ages. It's a rare occurrence. But I mean, this is good. Yeah. We keep an eye out for a Saturday stream. The game I'm most leaning towards right now, just because I've been recommended the game before for Saturday, is a game called, I think it's called Tunic. It's on Steam. Yeah, the game called Tunic. Exploration, puzzle, Metroidvania, Souls-like, with a little fax main character, but I don't know if that's the one I'm doing it. That one just looks interesting, and I've never tried it before. Yeah, I want to try something new. Anyways, I hope everyone has enjoyed today. And until next time, please do try and have a blast for me. Bye.